Anybody understand English? 係咪全部都可以聽英文㗎？係嘛？ Good. Okay, so I'm going to speak in English. Okay. So just to let you know, I have a camera in front of me. I'm doing the recording. So the camera only recording me. Okay, so it's not recording anybody else. So you just don't need to worry. And the recording just for my own purpose, for my own use only. So just to let you know, we have a camera right behind. But if you're going to come up here, stand in front, then you be aware you will be captured in the camera. Are we okay with that? All right, just to let you know that. But if we just sitting like this, the camera will not, you're not in the camera at all. Okay, so just to let you know. So we're going to wait for a couple more minutes because we have one family coming in.
No, you see.
Are we all here?
Oh, come back. Okay, you can start.
All right, welcome. So you're going to do the introduction again, Noel?
No, okay. You can introduce me.
Sure, okay. Cameras on?
Yes.
Okay, well, first of all, once again, welcome to 105 Gibson Center, to this family event. And first of all, let me introduce myself. I am Danny. I'm Pastor Danny. I work for the organization called Joy Beyond Vision Community. And you see the banner behind me. And Joy Beyond Vision Community, we are one of the charitable organizations. We are helping people with visual impairment, blind people. Like myself, I don't see anything at all. I have a service dog, guide dog sitting next to me. Her name is Polly. So today we are I would like to talk with you about service dog. And today I'm so grateful. We have Noelle. She is staff of 105 Gibson Center. So JBVC and 105 Gibson Center, we are partnership. We run different programs together. And now you're probably aware in this center we have a cafe. And the cafe is operated by JBVC. In there we have a few visually impaired people, blind people working there. And so we create opportunity for them to come in and work and contribute back to the community. So today we can have about a little bit over 1 hour, and at the end of that 1 hour presentation, then we have session for question, Q&A. So you're welcome to ask me anything. Now during my presentation, during my talk, if you have any question you want to ask, one thing I would just want to let you know, don't put up your hand. All right? Because if you are putting up your hand, because I'm not able to see you, I'm not going to call you. And then you're probably sitting there, oh, Danny is ignoring me. Okay? So no, I'm not ignoring you at all. So if you need to ask me anything, I would like you to call out your name first. I say, Danny, just let me know, then I will stop and then I will ask you to speak. Are we okay with that? Are we cool? All right. Okay. Now, every time I ask you things, I think you already done that. I need you to respond in voice. Talk back to me. Okay? So don't just shaking your head, knocking your head. Like any kind of body language is not going to do me any good. So I am very strictly getting information by hearing. Okay? As I say, I don't see anything at all. Now, always people ask me, am I always been blind? I'm not born blind. I used to see things. I lost my sight when I was around 20 years old. And I have retina detachment. Anybody know what this retina detachment is? Anybody know? So you all know, eh? Hey, good for you. Excellent. Yeah, thank you, Noel. Yeah. So just say louder, okay? Because I have an advantage. I have a speaker behind me, so I'm louder than you. So you need to speak louder, okay? Yeah, so I have retina detachment, and I lost my sight. About 6 hours. Like I was walking downtown Toronto, and I see, I'm not seeing things well. Then by the time I get home, I take a nap, and then get up in the evening, I don't see anything at all. I didn't see anything at all. So I went to emergency, and I have 5 surgeries. And at the end of 5 surgeries, took me about 1 year, and I even I went down to the state to get my eyesight recovered, and unfortunately it did not work. So since then, I've been blind, so I don't see anything at all. But you know what? God is so good. God is so good. How good it is? How good is Him? He allowed me to learn the new skill again, how to live independently. And then He helped me to go back to school. I get my degree in computer science, and I was able to work in the IT industry. I do programming, system analyst, project manager, and so on. Then later on, I was able to open the cafe, and then, yeah, so God is so good. You agree? Yes. Amen? Yes. Hey, good stuff. Okay, talk about service stuff. I just want to ask you, now, I think for this kind of presentation, I would like to do a lot of talking with you, okay? I just want to make sure you don't go to sleep. Okay? So if you go to sleep, I don't see it. So I need to ask you a question. Okay, if I ask you, what is service dog? Phục vụ cậu. Anybody know? Can you tell me? Guide dog. Okay, her guide dog. And beside guide dog, anything else? Sorry, louder. Say that again. Visiting. Okay, therapy dog. Therapy dog. Go to. 做乜嘢？
我俾你糖塊，佢以為阿 Polly 要我俾佢。
係咯。
Okay, not for you.
Polly down. 這樣 sit down. How about sit down? How about let's wait to give later? Okay, put it down. Put it down. So beside guide dog, beside therapy dog, any other service dog you know? Down. Do you know there's a service dog? People down. Good dog. Stay there. Do you know there is service dog helping people in a wheelchair? Like some people, some of the wheelchair user, like if they drop something on the floor, they're not able to grab it. So they use smaller dog, service dog, jump down and pick up the stuff for them. So there's service dog for that, and also there's service dog to help someone who are weak in their arms, in their hand. They're not able to open the door. They're not able to press the button of the elevator, and they use bigger dog to help the person to press the button. There's service dog for that. And also, right now, we also have service dog for emotional service dog. Emotion, have you ever heard about that? Emotional service dog. What they do, service dog is calm the person down. Sometimes people get nervous, excited, and depressed, and they use the dog to calm them down. So this kind of therapy dog. Okay? So today, I'm not going to talk about any other service dog, like a hearing dog. For someone who is deaf, they also have service dog for them too. Have you heard that? So what those dogs does, every time if there were alarm going on, fire alarm, because the person deaf, they cannot hear it, the dog going to alert them, to bite the trouser, bring them on, and so on. So the dog will jump up and down to let them know there's some kind of noise. Okay? But today we are concentrated to talk with you about guide dog, that's what I have here. Now the dogs I have in here. Now how do you know, when you go out on the street, how do you know the dog is a guide dog? Can anybody tell me? They have uniform, okay. Anything else? Uniform? No? Nobody know? Come on, you speak it up, you have candy at the end of the session. Sorry? Okay, for guide dog, or also somebody would say seeing eye dog, now they do not have uniform. What they do, they have the harness. This is the harness. If you see this harness in the body of the dog, please. And then I could pass around and you could feel it. So this is a harness, you could feel it, it's a little bit heavy. And so if you see that in the body of the dog, and that is a guide dog, the dog helping people with someone who do not see. Okay? So, now, if you see a guide dog on the street, or you see my guide dog here, like if she had the harness on, do you know what they do? Can anyone tell me what the guide dog does? Anybody? It's guiding me. Yes, that's good thing. Walking. So, okay, walking. And anything else? Yeah. So what she could do, this girl, her name's Polly, and she, when I put the harness on her, and she knows she's working, and she will guide me, walk with me, or walk beside me. And now, when we were walking on the sidewalk, if anything in front of us, if she thinks it's not safe, she will stop. Like, if I walk in the sidewalk, all of a sudden there's a car coming out, she will stop. Or even sometimes she pull me back, like away from the car. She knows that. Or if I walk in front on the street, on the sidewalk, if there's a manhole, there's a hole in front of me, she just stopped it. Like, she doesn't jump over. Like, if she jump over, I will step into it, I will get hurt. And she doesn't do that. She knows that. And if I walk in the building, and if she knows there's a stair, if I tell her, go find the stair, and she, no, I don't need you to find the stair now. So, yeah. So, if I tell her, find the stair, and she finds the stair, and she will stop in front of the stair on the first step, and then she wait for my command to tell her either go or not go. Polly, good girl. She wants to be in the camera. Good girl. So, and let's say if I'm walking in the building, if I'm in the school, if I'm in the meeting, I'm looking for entrance, I'm looking for a classroom to go in. I give her the command, like, find the door. And she will know which one's the door, and she will take me there. And she will take me to the one door. If I put out my hand, I say, oh, no, this is not the right door. And then I tell her, go find the next door. And she knows that. She could tell which one's the door, which one's not the door. So they all train for that. And also, when I'm crossing the street, if I crossing the street, if any car pull in front of me, and I was telling you earlier, she knows to avoid that. Okay, so she's well trained, and she knows how to help me, and when she's guiding me, she knows to make sure when she is safe for me to go. Now, just want to ask you, after you hear like the stuff she's able to do, anybody could guess how long does it take to train a guide dog? Like when they don't know anything, like when she first in the beginning, she doesn't know. She did not know how to guide me. So we need to put her in the program. In the programs, go for a lot of training, and then once she pass, she go for a lot of exam, and once she pass all the exam, then she graduate from the school, and then she'll be assigned to me. Anybody could guess how long the training? Okay, let me give you some multiple choice. Okay, is 1 month, 4 months, A is 1 month, B 4 months, C is 6 months, D is 1 year. 1 year. D, 1 year. Anybody choose A? Any A?
I got 6 months.
You say 6 months? Okay. So we have C and we have D, no A and B, right? Okay. The answer is about 6 months. Yeah, good for you. Okay. Let me ask you the next questions. Let's say 6 months. How many hours in 6 months? Let me just wild guess. Let's say, I don't know, how many hours in 6 months? One day we have 24 hours. I'll just make it up. 50 hours, 100 hours, 200 hours, or 300 hours for the training in 6 months. A, B, C, D. 300 hours? 300? Dun 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 dun. No? Okay. Let me tell you. The answer is 40 hours. 40 hours. 40 hours to train the dog. From the time she doesn't know anything to the time she graduates, 40 hours. Now, the way they train the dog is they teach the dog one thing, like let's say in half an hour, just train the dog in one thing, one technique, and then repeatedly train the dog one thing. Then once you're good at it, she know, oh, that's what you want, then they do the second thing. And she's smart. She is very smart. I could teach her, like let's say, from Warden and Gibson come into this building, I could train her in 15 minutes. She could find this building. Initially, she doesn't know, okay, where you want me to go? There's so many buildings here. You say, go to Gibson. What is Gibson? She doesn't know that. I train her a little by little, in 15 minutes, she knows that. So there is the technique to train the dog. Okay, so just to let you know. So training a guide dog is not, it doesn't take a long time to do it, but it takes a lot of practicing. Practice. Even today, she's sitting next to me. She's in training. What I'm saying is, training meaning, like all of a sudden she get up, she want to go over to say hello to you. And she knows she's not supposed to do that. I give her a command, come back. If she's not coming back, not listening to me, then have to remind her. I need to discipline her. I say, oh, come back. So I need to keep reminding her. And just like training, now this is for the parent, okay? Kid, you don't hear that. Just like training your kid, okay? So keep reminding them, telling them, no, this thing you're not supposed to do. So I keep telling that everything she's not supposed to do, I keep reminding her, no. So anything she is good for her to do, then I praise her, I say, good dog, all right, good dog. And sometimes I feed her, then she knows, oh, that's what you want me to do? Then she knows to remember. Okay. So now, I just want to ask you, when you see a guide dog, a service dog, or any type of dog, service dog on the street, what are you supposed to do? Can anybody? What are you supposed to do?
We try to go around.
Say it again.
We will try to go around.
Okay.
We know that the dog is very service, so we don't want to block the street or something.
So get away, so don't blocking her way.
Yeah, just go around.
Go around them. Okay, good. Thank you. Anybody else? What are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to touch the dog? Why not? Why not? She's so cute.
Yeah, because she's working.
She's working, and you are saying? She's doing her job? Anything else? Anybody else? Get distracted. That's the key word I want to hear. Okay, you don't want the dog to get distracted because she's concentrating on working, guiding me. Could you imagine this? If I were going down the stair, okay, she's walking very slowly, make sure I'm okay, I don't trip over. If someone walk beside her, patting her, play with her, what would she do? She get distracted, right? And if she get distracted, what would happen to me? I could trip, right? So can you imagine if from the top of the stair, if I trip, I will fall down. I could get killed, right? So you don't want to distract the dog. Are you supposed to feed the dog? Why not? Distractions. There. Like she loves to eat. She loves you to. She loves everybody come and pet her. Oh, good dog. Oh, beautiful dog. Oh, you're so cute. And she knows that and she loves it. Okay. If you come to her and feed her, oh man, she's coming home with you. Yeah. And that's why you don't want that. You don't want her to get distracted. You need her to concentrate. You need her to help the owner, help me, right? Are you supposed to talk to the dog? No? Not when she's working. Okay? Exactly. And Now, you could pet her. You could pet the dog. And under one condition. You know what that is? Anybody want to guess? If you want to pet the dog and you could do it, and how? Avoid eye contact. Okay. Okay. No, that's something else. I would say, let's say if you want to pet my dog, and you could do that. I said, earlier, I said, no, you're not supposed to pet the dog because she get distracted. But there is a way you could pet the dog. Ask for permission. You got that. I think, yay, give her a hand. Yeah. You need to ask. You come and ask me first. You ask the owner. And I think that's the same thing for any dog on the street, right? Even for a pet dog. If you see someone walking the dog on the street, you just don't go up there and pet the dog because you don't know how the dog can react. And the pet or that dog could bite you, right? So the safe thing is go and ask the owner. Say, can I pet your dog? And if the owner tells you, yes, you can pet the dog, then you pet the dog. If the owner says, no, don't pet the dog, then what? Then don't pet. That's simple, right? So if I tell you don't pet my dog, and I hope one thing you don't do, walk away and then make fun of my dog, okay? Don't do that because you are distracting her. If the owner say don't pet the dog, just be respectful. Don't pet the dog. Okay? So if you see a guide dog in general, let me summarize. When you see a guide dog on the street, or even not the street, like you see any guide dog, when she has a harness on, first of all, don't pet them. Secondly, don't feed them. Don't talk to them. Don't make fun of them. Basically, you just ignore the dog. Ignore her. Ignore her. Okay? Because you don't want her to get distracted. Okay? If you want to pet the dog, ask the owner. Ask me first. Oh, Danny, can I pet your dog? If I tell you yes, you can pet the dog, then you pet the dog. If I tell you no, please don't pet the dog, then don't pet the dog. Okay? Because sometimes when I'm disciplining her, when I'm teaching her something, I want her to pay attention to me. I don't want her to pay attention to anybody else. And so that is the rules. Okay? So let me ask you this. Can service dog or can guide dog go anywhere? Can the dog, could she go anywhere with me? Do you understand what I'm asking? 隻狗係咪度度都去得㗎? Can she go everywhere with me? Anybody want to guess? You say yes? Yes? Like, give me an example. Where can she go? Can she go into a restaurant? Can she go to 105 Gibson Center? Yes. Wow, I'm so afraid you say no. Can she go to the hospital? Can she go to an airplane? Yeah? So now, well, some people thinking now. Then, can she go on a cruise? Huh? Cruise? Water? Ocean? Can she go? Yes? No? Say that again, sir? Depending? With a permit. Okay, so that depending which, like some country won't let her go in. Sure, that's true. Like Hawaii, Hawaii don't let, well, I think now they changed the rule. But sometimes some of the companies, you need to quarantine the dog. They want to make sure the dog do not have rabies. But beside that, the guide dog could go everywhere. Everywhere. She's my dog number 7. I have my first 6 dogs. I go on we went on a cruise. We went on an airplane. We go on train. Like I do visiting in the hospital. I go to ICU unit, and I like school, go to work. So basically, everywhere I go, she's come with me. And by law, that is legal. And people cannot stop the guide dog into their premises. Have to go in, okay? They have to allow her to go in, because the reason being, you know why they have to allow guide dog to go in? Like, why guide dog could go in so many places, but your dog at home cannot go? Anybody could tell me? Say it again. Accessibility Act, that's one thing. Wow, you're good. I mean, you must study. Okay. Anything else? They are trained. That's the key word. For service dog, for guide dog, she go for training, right? Let's say, right now she's lying there. If someone walk into the room, if someone don't look down at her, they don't know there's a dog there. Agree? Like, if I go into the restaurant, she's sitting under the table. You walk into the restaurant, you don't know the dog there, right? She's well behaved. She doesn't jump up and down, and she doesn't bark at the people. She does not go up the table and get your food. Well, sometimes they do, she does. But in general, they don't do that. That's why guide dogs are allowed to go wherever the owner needs to go. Okay? So, next time you see a guide dog in the restaurant, don't be surprised. Don't say, "Oh, Mom, how come the dog here?" Okay, because guide dog, they are well trained. They allowed to go into premises. Okay, so what else I need to tell you? So we talk about by law. So tell me, what's the difference between your dog and guide dog? I think we talked about that earlier. Your dog also do some training, right? I just want you to tell me, how many of you have dog at home? Anybody have dog? I say yes here. Same kind of dog with her? Golden Retriever? Yeah. You love dog. Okay, they're good. So only one family here? Anybody else? You used to have dog? Okay, and now you don't? Because why? Because a lot of work? Because I have kids now. Oh, Mom, this is smart mom. She is smart. She wants to have a kid, not the dog. So you have your son or your daughter with you? Yes. Oh, you're so fun. Say, Mom, I love you. Tell her.
I want to have another dog. I want to have a dog.
Is that right? Wow. Now I just want to ask you, the one who have dog, and then you used to have dog before. Do you train your dog? Yeah. Well, not just you, but could you put the dog into any training program at all? I did. You did not. Okay. 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 Good. Good for you. Right. Right. I would recommend you have the dog in some kind of training. Let the dog have training. There are many levels of training, and I think one basic kind of training is good to have, what we call obedient exercise, obedient training. What is obedient training? It's when you tell the dog sit, she sit. When you tell the dog lie down, she lie down. You tell the dog stay, and she stay. So those are obedient training. And if you have your dog go for that training, oh, I tell you, your dog is a good dog. For a guide dog, she needs to have that obedient training at the beginning. And she needs to pass that training. If she failed the training, she's not able to get into the guide dog training program. So she needs to be obedient. Okay, so when they train a guide dog, first of all, the dog have to be obeyed. When I say obey, I tell the dog go forward. She need to go forward. She's not going to stay there and say, "Huh? You want to go forward? No, I want to go backward." She cannot do that. So, and she knows she has to be absolutely obeyed to my command. If I tell her go left, she go left. If I tell her go right, she go right. If I tell her stop,
she stops. So she knows that, okay? So we call that obedient training. But then once you go through the obedient training, the next thing you need to learn is what we call intelligent disobedient. Intelligent disobedient. Could anybody tell me what that means? Do you know what that means? Intelligent disobedient.
When you are in danger, they will not obey.
Exactly, you get it right. So in any kind of situation, if it's not safe for me to go, let's say if it's a manhole, it's a hole in front of me, I tell her, go forward. She knows that if we go forward, we both fall down, right? So she is intelligent enough to say, I'm not going there. So she's not going. So she needs to go for that training as well. We call intelligent disobedient. So every time she thinks it's not safe, if I go into the elevator, when open the door and the elevator is empty, she's not going in. She back out. So forget it. I don't go there. So every time she back out, I am, as a blind user, I need to follow her. Okay? So I need to do that. Okay? So that's what is the training. That's the guide dog. So from working at the cafe, she could take me from home, we could walk down the street, I go with a turn left, turn right, and then when the car steal, go down to Gibson, I tell turn left, and she knows that, she obediently take me and then take me to the building. And the guide dog do that. So that's one thing. When you see a guide dog on the street, the reason they go anywhere because they're well trained and she's my eyes. I could go anywhere with her. I go to school, I go to work. She takes me there, and every time wherever I go, she just go. And also we need you to help us. Don't pet the dog, don't distract her, don't feed the dog, and just ignore the dog. Because if you're distracting her, basically you're not helping me. You put me in a danger position. Okay? Oh, I'm gonna pause for a minute. I just see any question you want to ask me.
I have a question. So how does she know your destination for the first time you don't go to somewhere? She never attended like that.
So the question is, how does she know my destination? How does she know where I want to go? The first time.
Yeah.
First time she doesn't know. And that's why I need to train her. Like the first time I come to this building, I have to have my wife to come with me. So the way I do that, first thing I need to tell her the front door. Tell her, okay, this is the front door. Okay, I show it to her and say, okay, take me to the front door. And I keep doing that. Okay, find the front door, find the front door. And once you find the front door, it's like, okay, good girl. Then, now, the way we do that is, the first step, I just stand in front of the door. So I just stand in front, say, find the front door. Just one step, she find the door right there, because I'm standing in front of the door, right? So once I notice, she know that, then I step further away, then I tell her, find the front door. And she saw the door in front of me, right? So she just go, let's find it. And every time she find it, I praise her. I said, good dog, all right, you're so good. Make it a fun thing, a game for her. Okay? So if I step like behind, she know that. Then I go further down to the street. I said, okay, find the front door, find the front door. And she remember that, right? She keep run, find the front door. All right, good dog. And she getting excited. Okay? And once I know she could do that, then I go down to the street to Warden. Okay, let's go, find the front door. And she remember that. And she take me back, and find the door. I say, all right, good dog. And once you get that, that's it. That's all she need. So after that, every time I walk down on Warden, when I come close to Gibson, and I have to know Gibson, okay? She doesn't know Gibson. So I have to know Gibson. One night I say, okay, I think I'm in Gibson now. Then I give her the command, find the front door, find the front door. She look at me, oh, you want to find the front door? Oh yeah, I remember that, over there. So she run and take me there, and she get it. And that's how we train her. And same thing for every single object. Okay, let's say if she go to the washroom and I have to pick up the poo-poo and I need to dump it into garbage, first I need to show her with the garbage, okay? I standing in front of the garbage with garbage bin in front of me, I say, okay, find the garbage. She walk one step, find it, say, good job, you get it, all right. Then, and again, same technique. I go back a couple steps, okay, find the garbage. She go, get it. And every time she find it, I praise her. I make it a fun thing, it's a good game. All right, good dog. And once you recognize that, then that's it. She will remember it. Yeah. Oh, sometimes I give her a treat. I say, good job, feed her something, she get excited, and then yeah, I do that too. Like I just find something to make her feel what the thing she just did is a good thing, then she associate with it and she remember. All right? Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
How big is the puppy that can train to be a guide dog?
Say it again. How
How big is the puppy that's 6 months?
Okay, how old's the dog when they do the guide dog?
Yeah.
Okay, good question. I'm glad you asked. Okay, when she was about 8 weeks old, and then they started slowly teaching her, like what we call housebreaking. Housebreaking meaning when she's in the house, she's not supposed to pee in the house, and she's not supposed to chew down the furniture, because she does that. She's just like any other dog. So from 8 weeks old, we start to teach her, okay, this thing not good, don't do it, okay? And then from 8 weeks old, as she go older, she's on schedule. When when she need to go washroom, we take her to the washroom. Like if it's not scheduled, it's not time for washroom break, she cannot go. Okay, so we're slowly teaching her in 8 weeks old, and once she comes about 8 months or 10, I think about 1 year old, and then we start putting her into the guide dog program. And about 1.5 years, around 1.5 years, and some dog a bit longer, and then if she pass all the tests, then she become a guide dog. Okay, so basically the dog go into the program about 1 year old. Now, she has to go for a lot of training, a lot of testing. I think in my school, which is a guide dog school for the blind in California, I believe they have 5 levels of testing. For each level, she have to pass. Okay, now, besides, she need to know how to sky me safely. Next thing she needs to know, they need to train her, like not afraid of the noise. Like let's say if we have a fire alarm go on, she just stay there calm. She not run. Okay. If I am taking the subway, I'm sitting on the platform, the train coming, bang, 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 bang. She's just standing there. She doesn't get it. She's not afraid. And all the noise, different kind of sound, different kind of noise, they have to train her. She have to go for the training. I think in one time during the training program, they have a lot of dogs standing there, and one of the instructor, fire a shotgun, bang. The dog had to stay there calm. They cannot run away. Okay? Because could you imagine if I walk in the street, all of a sudden the truck comes by, bam, 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 bam. If she gets scared, she run, I am in trouble. Okay? So she need to go for the program. If any dog don't pass any of the tests, they cannot make a guide dog. So let me test you. It's only for fun, okay? Multiple choice. Let's say, according to my school, if they train 10 dogs in the programs, how many dogs pass and become a guide dog? A is 10 dogs, B is 7 dogs, C is 6, and D is 5. 5, 6, 7, 10. 5. Anybody else? 6. Nobody wants 7 and nobody wants 10. You're so smart, you don't pick 10.
I guess more or less like
Sit.
less than 5.
Less than 5?
Yeah.
Why you say less than 5?
I don't know, just guess.
Ah, good guess. You're so smart. I think according to Guide Dog School for the Blind, the average passing dog is 4.8. So I could make 5. So yeah, Noel, you make sure you get candy, okay? Now, the reason is the school is very careful, okay? So 10 dogs go into the program, only average 4.8 dog pass. Now, you need to remember, when I'm going out, she's guiding me. My life is on her hand. Agree? Hey? Yeah. She needs to know how to guide me safely. So the school is very careful. They cannot give a dog. They think the dog could be endangering me. So the dog had to be good temperament, 好嘅性格, okay? Well behaved, have to be obedient, need to know how to do her job, and don't get scared. And the dog have to have those kind of requirements before they could give to me. So because the dog go for so many training, and the cost to train a guide dog is very expensive. Cost to train her about $40,000. It's not cheap, okay? And once she's given to me, and that's why we keep saying, emphasizing to every one of you, when you see a guide dog, don't distract the dog. Don't distract the dog, because you could easily get her distracted, and then I am in danger, so all the training will be wasted. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't like, it's not like I tell you, don't pet my dog, don't. No, we don't do that. If you want to pet my dog, come and ask me. Tell me. I think Noel sometimes come to the cafe, oh, she playing with her. And why Noel do that? Because Noel asked me, oh, Danny, can I pet your dog? I said, sure, you can pet the dog. And then again, sometimes I tell Noel, no, leave her alone, don't pet her because she's not good today. So Noel, just don't pet her. Same thing for every one of you. If you see a dog, not just guide dog, any dog on the street, before you want to pet that dog, ask the owner, okay? Because you don't want to put out your hand, pet the dog, and that particular dog don't like it and they bite you. You don't want that, right? So ask first. Any other questions?
Do they ever get off the duty?
Of course. So she's not just working. So sometimes, a lot of times she have fun. Yeah. Sometimes at home I let her go loose. She's just running around. I tell you, in my house, she has a lot of toys. I get out of the washroom, the toys is, I go to my bedroom, toys there. I keep telling her, girl, why don't you put your toy back to your bed? No. Yeah, she have fun. She have fun. The only thing I don't let her do is to play with another dog. To play with other dog. The reason being because I don't know how other dogs behave. Like if some dogs don't behave well, like because she doesn't know how to fight. She only know how to help me. That's her. If I let her to fight with another dog, she's going to lose. She cannot do that. She doesn't know she's not trained to do that. Okay, so I don't let her play with other dogs. Now, she's really healthy. Like she have visiting to the vet at least once a year. She have all the shots. Make sure she's well behaved. Like we need to groom her regularly, and she's really have to be clean. Okay, and the reason for that because she's going everywhere with me. She go to restaurant. We go to hospital. So she need to be nice and clean, and so yeah, she's well groomed. And she have time to play, definitely. Yeah. Any other questions? Does she get paid? Oh, she get my paycheck. Every time I get paid, she look at me, Daddy, buy me a toy. Well, she doesn't get paid in terms of money, but she get reward by love and the time we spending with her, playing with her, and that's what she wants. Yeah. Do I need to know her before I get her? No, no. Do I need to know you before? No, girl. Probably coming. Good girl. And no. How's the work? Okay. When for every blind people, when I need to, let's say if I want to have I need to have a next door. The way the school does, first of all, they have someone come and interview me. Okay, they want to make sure I am able to take care of myself. Like if I cannot take care of myself, they said, well, they don't believe I could take care of her. So first of all, I have to demonstrate I'm mature enough to do that. And secondly, the instructor who come and see me, they want me to go on the street and use the white can and walk, because they want to make sure I'm able to go out. And I'm able to, using my ear, listen to traffic. I need to able to tell when it's safe to go, when it's not safe to go. So once I go for all that evaluation, then the instructor go back to school, and my school, like where's she coming from? On the campus itself, in the school itself, they have over 400 dogs. It's a lot of dogs. So from the dog, they're going to pick. They said, okay, they think, okay, this dog is good for Danny. Okay, so once they find a match, then they call me in and say, Danny, we have a dog for you. So I go there, and the second day, they bring her to me. I bring her to me. Say, okay, Danny, this is your dog. This Polly. Then initially, the first day she looked at me, I said, who are you? And she ignored me. Because before she knows me, because she stayed with her trainer. Her trainer is her boss. So she only knows her trainer. She did not know me. So the first few days in the program, I have to stay with her, play with her. I need to slowly tell her, I am your boss now, okay? You listen to me. Like I tell you, the first week in school training, when I go out, like how to walk with her, every time I give her a command, go, she look around, turn around, look at the trainer. Should I listen to Jenny? Like she did not listen to me at all. She listened to the trainer. So slowly, I need to tell her, so listen to me. I'm your owner now. So it takes time to do that. It takes about average about 8 months. 8 months for her to recognize I'm her boss. Then once she knows I'm her boss, then I'm in. Yeah. So initially, I did not know. I do not know her. Yeah.
So you need to stay in the school with her how long?
I need to stay in the school for about 2 weeks. About 2 weeks. The first week is go through all the basic thing, and then the second week I do the advanced, and then after I done the advanced training, myself I need to go for I need to go for the testing as well. So I need to go for the exam and pass. Once I'm passed, then I come home with her. So about 2 weeks. Yeah. Anybody? Yes. Right now, she just turned 8 years old last in January. So she's 8 years now. And she come home with me when she was about 18 months old. Yeah. She was. The question is how long she's going to work until retirement. So it depends. I think for average, about guide dog, about 8 working years. 8 working year average. But the retirement is not based on her age, but the retirement is based on her performance. Like if she is able to guide me to take me go to work safely, she could work all the way to 12 years old, 14 years old, have no problem. But if she were, even she's young, like say 2 years old, 3 years old, and if she misbehaved, not able to guide me safely, then we retire her. So the retirement's not based on age, based on safety, how well she guide me. That's what it is. Yeah. Anything else?
I have 2 questions.
Sure.
What will you do if she
Retire?
behave well?
Okay.
Is the behavior, what will you do? Will you hit her or not allow her to have a meal?
Okay.
Another thing is how much expensive for her for a month?
Okay.
A dog, yeah.
So 2 questions. Question number 1, once a guide dog misbehaves, what should we do? What should I do as an owner? Like, first of all, we don't beat the dog. You never, 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 even the dog at home, don't beat your dog. Because by beating the dog, you could harm her. You could harm her, okay? So we don't beat the dog, but we discipline the dog. So I need to discipline her. So I just tell her no. And there is a method to discipline the dog without hurting the dog. And she knows that. So for her, sometimes I don't need to do anything. I just tell her no verbally. I said no. She knows that. Okay. But if I say no and she not listen to that, then next thing I just need to discipline her. So during the discipline process, if you walk around the street, walking next to me, you probably think I'm beating her, but it's not beating her. And we just need to go for the process of discipline. Now, how long does it cost to own her? Okay, let me ask you this. So let's do another question. Time for candy, okay? The first one, get it right, you get candy from the world. The cost for let's say, feeding the dog. How much is it? Let's say $5 a day, $2 a day, $10 a day, or $1 a day per day. $5, 10. Anybody more? No 2, no 1? 5? Okay. So let me give you the answer. I keep her, the food she eats is a quite good quality, average about $2 a day. $2 a day. A day. So less than a cup of coffee from McDonald's, okay? Like, it doesn't cost a lot to have a dog. But she requires a lot of time from me. She wants my attention. She wants me to play with her, be with her. So every time she's next to me, she doesn't need, well, for a dog, you don't feed the dog fully. Like she keeps eating non-stop until she dies. Just like having goldfish. You have goldfish, right? They don't know how to stop. She doesn't know when to stop. If you give her 1 pound of dog food today, she eat it, and tomorrow you give her 10 pounds, she eat 10 pounds. She just non-stop. So we don't need her to be full, but we need her to have good enough nutrition. That's the important thing. So the quality of food has to be good. Okay. So we give a good quality of food, and then but I play with her, speak with her. She's just like she's my child. So the cost of money is not high, but the cost in terms of time is really high. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Any other question?
Okay, I have one more question. Will she live with you for her whole life, or you will return back to the training center after she retires?
I could keep her until the last day she died. Yeah. Okay. Now I know time almost up, so since you all well behaved, anyone want to come and pet my dog?